Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome you to Empathy Month USA 2024 online global events opening ceremony. I am very excited to have you all here. I am going to talk a little bit about myself. My name is Delilah Brown. I'm a certified life coach, connection practice trainer, and coach. And I would like to take the opportunity to express my eternal gratitude to Rita Marie Johnson and the Razur Foundation. She inspired me to do more research on empathy. And when I did all my research, I found Empathy Lab UK. This is a phenomenal European organization that specializes in raising awareness about the impact of empathy, mainly in schools. And when I found this great example leading the way to a more empathetic world, I realized that here in the US, we have much work to do in this area. So I was inspired to create Empathy Month, and I found a very good partner to do this with, Kendra, and she'll talk to you a little bit later. And I am very excited that we were able to get many different speakers that will highlight empathy and its importance in our lives. So stay tuned for more details on that. Also, I will be speaking about the connection practice, how we can connect through empathy, and how empathy is a choice and a skill that can be mastered. I'm very excited to share this session with you on our YouTube channel, and this will be happening on June 27th. So, just to sum up what Empathy Month is really all about, I think a quote from Michael Brassey Johnson is really a good way to give you a visual. He says that, and let me read it to make sure I don't miss a word. When you're friends with your storm, you dance instead of being blown away. So, what we invite you to do is to dance with your storm. Feel your feelings, identify your needs, and then you're able to dance. Dance with yourself through self empathy and dance with others by giving them empathy. I believe this is the key to creating a more friendlier, happier environments and really a world that works for everyone. That is my hope for Empathy Month. And I'll hand it over to my partner in creating this beautiful event, Kendra.
Oh, Delilah, thank you so much. What a apt and beautiful introduction to this whole month. So, as Delilah mentioned, my name is Kendra Spilar, and I am the founder of Restore Resolutions LLC, and we offer conflict resolution services using restorative justice. And restorative justice, we apply empathy as a critical and foundational aspect of the work because it's crucial for us to extend empathy to those who have been harmed and to those who have caused harm. And when, as Delilah mentioned, we approach it as being able to develop a skill, it gives people the opportunity and the space to make mistakes, try again, and work to understand another person's perspective. Because for me, as I think about empathy, as we're approaching this month, it's really about feeling with somebody, right? It's that psychological act or action step of coming alongside someone else, feeling their joy, their celebration, their frustration, their sadness, their desperation. And it's an action, it's an attempt to understand someone else's perspective. And so when somebody's experienced conflict or harm in particular, it's a critical skill to be able to develop. And in my work, we teach people how to do that so they have a tool to prevent them from hurting other people in the future. So my session is going to be about using empathy in the restorative justice work. And that will be coming out June 11th. And we're going to go over the schedule at the close of today's session. But I do not want to take up any more time because we've got a very special speaker, author today. And I'm going to let Delilah introduce him.
Please allow me to introduce a great friend, a professor, a philosopher. I like to say all these titles because it's just so meaningful to me. He is also a poet, and we are so excited because he actually wrote a poem for Empathy Month. So I'm going to turn it over to him.
Thank you, Delilah. My name is Don Adcock, and Delilah is a dear friend. We both go to the Austin Center for Spiritual Living, and that's where I met her and her husband, Tracy. She asked me to write a poem. I hadn't been thinking about writing a poem about empathy, but it really appealed to me, and so I'm going to offer this poem. I'll read it in a minute. My background is early childhood. I spent many years in different kinds of jobs in early childhood. And this poem, like most things that I write, is from the perspective of human development, and particularly what the part of it I know best when children are developing. And that's a wonderful topic. I love teaching it because we all were children and we all remember at least some of our childhood, and there's a lot of richness and a lot of common patterns that we share. There's a lot of individual diversity. It's everything fits into child development. You can't come up with any topic that it's not relevant. So anyway, this poem, the title of it is E Vibrations. And I tried to include as many E words in it as I could to sort of resonate with the word empathy. The dance of shared emotions begins in babyhood. Baby fusses, mama soothes. Mama smiles, baby smiles. Baby coos, mama speaks. They learn to synchronize, and baby starts to empathize. But there's still so much to learn, a lifetime of opportunities to expand attachment bonds, to share in joy and laughter, to model kindness and encourage courage, to grow more sensitive to human suffering and find the right words and actions in response. A lifetime to build human connections and feel like spiritual beings, to experience the energy of empathy. Do you hear those sounds, those sweet, sweet sounds, feelings flowing back and forth all over the world? Me is becoming we, and together we create a beautiful symphony of empathy.
Wow. I love this poem. And all of you that want to actually read this to yourself, it is posted on the Empathy Month Facebook page. So check it out. Thank you, Dawn. It was
Well,
wonderful.
thank you, Delilah, for the opportunity.
This is beautiful. Well, and honestly, it just adds such a beautiful level of sacredness to the week and the opening ceremony. And so just a lot of appreciation and gratitude for you, Don, and just beauty you blessed us with just to kick us off. So to close the ceremony, I just want to highlight some of the other presenters that we're going to be featuring this month. So I'll go ahead and share my screen, and you will be able to find this flyer that I'm referencing here. It's a little small, so I'm going to go ahead and make it bigger. You'll be able to find our YouTube channel on the Facebook page. And after the opening ceremony, we are going to hear from Garrett Weatherhead, who will be talking about disruptive empathy as the engine of anti-racism. As I mentioned, I'm going to do a session on how to do sorry using the scale of empathy and restorative justice on June 11th. June 12th, we are going to hear a live panel of speakers talking about religious diversity. Then Cindy McAllister is going to give us her take on empathy in the workplace. And Yumi and Gen Morita will be talking about empathy and Japanese traditional medicine on June 18th. June 20th, we have a really compelling narrative about surviving the Ukrainian war with empathy from Olenka Muriko. And Connie, relation to Don, partner of Don Adcock, will be leading us through a beautiful session on expressing empathy through art and creativity on June 24th. And June 25th, Lisa Clark will lead us through empathy in the language of music. And as Delilah mentioned, she will do empathy, connection through empathy, using the connection practice, which is a choice and a skill to close us out of this empathy month. I want to thank you for joining us and welcoming this month, Empathy Month, and we look forward to seeing you on other days.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone for joining us today. And please remember to check us out on Facebook and our YouTube channel.